Welcome to the Empower Me Show with Pam Bright. This show is all about honoring you as a spiritual being, having a human experience. You are here for a reason, and it's no mistake that you are here on earth right now. Spirit has guided you to this very moment in time, so you could hear the messages Pam is about to share with you. She is a multidimensional healer, light language channel, transformation coach, wife and mother, committed to helping you discover the tools and practices to empower you to live the best life you can. You get to choose the spirit path you take. You can connect to the spiritual guidance already all around you. Get ready to live a fully empowered life. This is the Empower Me Show.
Welcome back to the Empower Me Show with Pam Bright. I'm here with my dear friends Amanda, Jasmine, Natasha, and myself, and we are going to talk to you about the 4 elements of nature today, and how do we bring all of them together into this space, inside of you, inside of me, inside of everything that we experience in life from day to day. So welcome all of you. I'm so glad you're here with me in this powerful session as we are gearing up to end 2021. Can you believe it? It's been a whole year. It's crazy that it's almost the end of 2021. But we have been really seeking, the 4 of us have been really seeking a powerful way to incorporate all of our learning about life, about ourselves, about how to be of service to the world, to you as the listener, and really be on purpose with what we're here to do as a personal mission, as well as a collective mission of awakening on the planet Earth. So ladies, I'm so glad you're here with me. And what I'd love to do is do a little bit of centering and grounding first, because then it brings us all together as a unit and also helps those that are listening to really hone in on this special time of learning about who they are, about what they want, and about what steps might be next for them individually as well as collectively. So I brought my trusty drum to do that, because grounding, grounding and the drum is very dear to my heart. Here is my trusty drum for you to see. And it's, as you see, it's got lots and lots of different elements on there. And it's just been with me since 1991. So I'm just going to do a little drumming and just kind of listen to this sound. If you're driving, please pay attention to the road and just let this sound go right into your soul. If you're in a place where you can close your eyes, do that, and just feel this go right into where you live in your body system. Oh, hey, hey. Oh, yeah, nah, yeah. Oh, yeah, nah, nah, yeah. Oh, yeah, nah, yeah, nah, yeah. Oh, way, no way, no way. Ooh. All right, so that brought us back to center, just allowing us to be here now in this moment. And we are talking about the 4 elements of nature. So we're talking about earth, air, fire, and water. And so the idea for this particular episode, you've already seen Amanda, you've already seen Natasha, and you've already seen Jasmine, as well as myself, talking about these elements in prior episodes. this time we're bringing it all together into this wonderful cosmic soup of mixology, of alchemy. And I would love to hear from each of you, what is your idea about how these elements work together as a whole? Why did this happen? What is the purpose of this reunion of us together as four women of wisdom, four leaders in transformation, four people, women who are light workers of all kinds and all traditions? Why did we come together as a group? I'll just leave the floor open for one of you to pop in.
I'll go.
Great.
So the four elements of the four directions, they are obviously intended to work together. So the soil, the earth, it carries the state of being, showing us how to be. And the ways of getting that message out there on a global scale is carried through the other elements, especially air, because air can travel locally and globally, so it can move the message. And then the water moves through the earth, and it carries up and bubbles up and out the messages that are there, the coding that's in there, the DNA of the earth, however you want to call it, the earth's power grid. And then fire obviously renews and recycles and helps to affect the change that can happen when they are all working together. So that's how I see it. That's how I feel like we were supposed to do this together.
Wonderful. That's great.
So yes. Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
And see, I love how you did like the external version of that, Amanda, because my thought process was a little more internal, because we have the earth, air, fire, water inside of each of us. So now with us individually knowing how to tune into and tap into all of the energy and frequencies and vibration and messages and codings from all those elements, we have those all really stored inside of us. So then it's just information that the four of us can share, because it's like we're having the same elements going through us, different messages, different ways it's being processed. So then it's like coming together where we're being able to see things on so many different levels and being able to heal and help so many different people on so many different levels, people who like use these elements in a different way.
Lovely. That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Mm-hmm. What about you, Jasmine? What's your thought about why did we all come together in this way?
I love both of your explanations, Amanda and Natasha. That's absolutely beautiful. And in hearing what you had to say, I realized that that's where I fit in, is I have this innate ability to see the gap between the both and to support people in anchoring both of those qualities within the internal and the external. And as we can stand as a true bridge and gateway, which is what we're here to do, we allow that flow to happen, which is what overall supports the ascension process for us and for Gaia.
Oh, that's beautiful. So I like the gateway aspect. The gateway, I work with bridges quite a bit. So bridges between chakra systems, different chakras. I work with bridges to other people. I work with bridges to elements of nature. So that's really wonderful, that bridge concept. And what occurs to me that would be really helpful is I'm very intuitive. So I just got this download of, Amanda's absolutely earth. That's who she is. That's what her message is. I noticed she was doing earth activations and blessings. And I got the message from Natasha. She's really connected to the cosmos and astrology and the star systems. And I said, absolutely, I knew that you were air. How I knew that, I didn't have any outside influence with that. I simply got that download, which many of you who are listening most likely are getting those downloads, and you might not really understand why. Like, where did this come from? How am I supposed to work with it? What do I do from here? But kind of that's the way that we are these days, is really allowing the divine feminine in her wisdom to assist us in trusting what we're receiving. So I would love to hear really specifically what called you to work with earth? What called you to work with air? What called you to work with water? And what called me to work with fire? That would be a great way to start. And then we can just go from there and see what wants to unfold. So let's start with earth. Why earth, Amanda?
Well, I have always had an interest in the environment and how nature works. And I started with, the usual classical education of the university. And, I did a Bachelor of Science in Environmental Science, and I did a master's in soil chemistry. And I had to do this round of soils classes for my undergraduate. And I became fascinated with the earth and the earth as a living organism, and actually what type of consciousness it holds. And as I went through my life and learned more, I've just never stopped picking up a book or taking a workshop. I love science. I love knowing how things work. The more I began to see just, what is offered there, that's where all of our resources come from. Everything comes from the ground. Everything comes from the ground. Our clothes, our food, our shelter. Everything comes from the earth. And I began to also see it as the spiritual connection that comes from that, the nurturing, mothering, Gaia, divine mother type of energy that is available, that loves us no matter what. And how can I support that better? And I see us taking from her instead of allowing to receive. So I just have become passionate about how we can connect with the earth in a way where there is a cooperative stewardship on both our parts, us as humanity, and then the earth, humanity for the earth and earth for humanity, in the physical and the metaphysical. And it's just the core of what gets to be protected right now. And if we don't get enough protection and enough wisdom around how to be with the earth, then she's going to kick us all off. she's going to say, okay, there are consequences to being takers. So it's time to get that message out. And that's
I got that. Thank you very much for sharing. So what occurred to me as you were talking is, what is the most effective way for us to listen to what the earth has to tell us?
Just go be with her, go outside, sit down on the earth, put your bare hands, your bare feet, your bare legs, if it's warm, get out there, sit with her and be silent in your mind. Just cleanse out your mind, clear it of thoughts. And if you can't stop thinking, write it down. And each time you write it down, then that thought gets to leave your head. And the more you get to empty out and then and receive from her. And you begin to hear what she has to say by just placing your consciousness into the earth. Just place your consciousness into the earth. We're not separate. So all it takes is just imagining being in there, and then just stop and feel what you feel. And as you develop the relationship, you begin to get information.
Wonderful. That's beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So this is really important for you, the listener out there who's watching us and listening to us, to gather this different information that you're receiving, because, you know, we learn in different ways. So you're learning visually from us, you're hearing us speak. Now you get to also listen to your own wisdom inside of you. And then we are teaching you how to connect into all these different elements so that you can then become a steward of your own life. So what about you? Let's see, Jasmine or Natasha, which one wants to go next? Why did you choose air? Why did you choose water? What is your connection?
Well, I'll go.
Great.
Air, I've actually been connected to and working with air before I even knew the spiritual significance of it. It's like air is all about communication, intellect, mental activity. It's all about our swift thoughts and formulating those thoughts into actions, having things move, communication, technology. Super nerd in school, ended up majoring in and got my degree in psychology, all about the mind, the mental thought, how the mind works. I've always been super fascinated with the brain and how this little mush, this little collection of tissues and electrical neurons can really create and manifest so many things. And when we really need to silence our mind, silence our thoughts, what do? We go to the breath. We remind ourselves to sit and breathe and go to the breath. When we're too anxious, what do? Go to the breath. Go to the breath. That's that air that can recycle through everything, that life-changing, ever nurturing, ever present breath. So I didn't even know how important air was until I started really getting into my spiritual self. But all the while, I've just always been an intellectual person and always felt that even the breeze on you is significant. So now in my studies, in working with it more, I know the difference between those different breezes and how we can use them. When we're walking outside and a huge gust of wind just comes and you might get annoyed because it blew your hat off or something like that, it's letting you know something swift is coming. Like those are just messages that you can take heed to. And I love how Amanda mentioned when she was first talking about how air is global. Like the message I speak, the air I breathe is the same air you guys are breathing. We all breathe in this same energy every single time, every single breath, every single day. And without it, we can't survive. We can't survive without that nourishment, without that cleansing, without that energy coming into us and filling us and nurturing us. So I guess I didn't consciously start working with air, nor did I start consciously working with any of the elements. Like I just kind of always did, and then learned the significance of it kind of afterwards, if that makes sense.
Got it.
Like I'm like, oh, this is what I'm doing. Oh, this is why I love to stand in a thunderstorm with gale winds and I love to feel everything blowing and whipping around all around me. I just love that swift, fast movement and that ability to communicate and travel messages either super quick or it can be like a little breeze, just nice and slow and comforting, how it just feeds everything. Like that aspect of air is that nurturing is, I think that like it's so very vital with all the other ones. Like it's just those, they're all like four little keys that all fit in together. And those four little keys like really do help us thrive as human beings.
Got it. Wow. What wonderful wisdom. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So Miss Jasmine, why water?
Water, I mean, water is everything. Water is everywhere. We are water. Like there's literally water in everything, or at least some of the components of water in everything, just like with all of the other elements. And we actually require water in order to live.
Mhm.
And it was just this, more than me picking water, I feel like it picked me.
Mhm.
In my awakening journey, water, like just puddles of water would just appear in my house. It was the strangest thing. And I just got caught. I was like, okay, obviously there's something there. And the more I started to look into water and start to unpack and realize like the not only the state of our water across the planet, but how important it is, that's what catapulted me along my journey and got me to where I am now. If I hadn't started with water, then I don't think I would have had the capacity to hold the amount of light and the amount of transformation that I'm here to hold now. And I think that's important for all of the listeners to really tune into, is that we all get to start somewhere. And it may not be specifically where we're being led, but it's just that start point, and water was my start point. And it's still something I'm super, super inspired by, to support in cleaning up and just giving so much gratitude and blessings and prayers for healing and upgrading the quality of our water across the planet.
Got it. Wow. That's wonderful and beautiful. Thank you. So fire. So I have many fire stories. One in particular that I haven't shared much with you on the Empower Me show, nor you that are here with me, but I am a fire walker. And I didn't plan on that. I didn't know it was going to happen, but I was in the middle of my awakening, where I was being shown all kinds of different avenues for personal growth, for healing, for really wanting, I knew something had sparked within me that I knew that I wanted a different way of living. I had been using drugs and alcohol for years and was really, really not living on my purpose at that point. I was very shut down. And so everything started opening up to me. And I was a seeker, and I was looking for ways to open myself up to this world of feeling and connection to source that I had not previously had. And so one of my friends said, hey, there's this fire walking seminar coming up that I'm a part of, and I would love for you to come. And I was like, fire walking? What is that? And so I jumped. I somehow had gotten the desire within me to just say yes, even though I didn't know what was in front of me. I didn't plan that journey, but Spirit knew that that was who I was. And so Spirit said, okay, this is an encounter that you will use in your life. And so I took many different fire walking seminars, learned how to walk on fire, learned the process of how to have a goal, how to walk through coals to that goal without stopping, because if I stopped, I would get burned. And that was the message. Like, okay, if you want that thing, you're going to have to continue to walk there to get it. And I did it so many times that it got into my cellular structure. And so it's something that I have used over and over and over again in my life. If I want something, I have to keep going, no matter what, even if it's uncomfortable, even if I'm scared, even if I think I can't do it, even if it feels like I'm going to fail, I still need to keep going. And that has gone with me through all kinds of different experiences in my life that have required me to really learn how much perseverance determination and commitment is within inside of me. So I encourage all of you who are listening to find that one thing, even if it's just one spark, spark from the fire, that you can hold on to give you the momentum to keep going. Because that's what life's all about. Life is about transformation. Life is about moving forward. Life is about change. They say the only constant is change. So if the only constant is change, then guess what? Life is going to change you whether you're ready for it or not. So I invite you who are watching and listening to invite it in like a new friend. I invite change in. I invite a relationship with earth. I invite a relationship with air. I invite a relationship with water, and I invite a relationship with fire. So I think after I finish here in a couple minutes, we should take a break. And then when we come back for the last half of this portion, we can come together and kind of do a little ceremony. How about that? Does that sound good to the four of us? Yes. Okay.
Yep. Sounds great.
And my thought is we would bring all of the elements together as a whole and see how we interact with each of these elements within us and how we can use it out in the world. So we'll be right back after these messages. Welcome back to the Empower Me Show with Pam Bright, Amanda, Jasmine, and Natasha. And we're talking about the four elements today and how they all can work together as a whole. So we would like to take you all through a little ceremony to really bring all of these elements together as a communal cosmic soup, so to speak, and give you the opportunity to really delve into your own body system and find out kind of where each element lands inside of you and how you can use this out in the world as a way to connect, as a way to give back, as a way to be of service to the world and to yourself. So I will start and then I will pause, and then whoever feels like they want to come in at that point, just go ahead and do that. And we'll just create this wonderful transmission for you as Spirit dictates this to be done. So, Creator of all that is, the one who lives and breathes within all things, I thank you for my life. I thank you for the lives of all those listening. I thank you for these beautiful beings of light, these beautiful wise women that are with me today. And we ask now that all guides, teachers, and angels of every person listening and every participant that's here today come forward into this vortex of energy. And we ask the elements of earth, air, fire, and water to now present their wisdom to us as a whole, and allow yourselves to speak. We are listening to you now and asking for your words of wisdom, your encouragement, your plea for attention. What do you want to tell us today? What is your message for us?
The earth is asking for humanity to reconnect, to come back to her, to be present with her, to allow ourselves to be held, to be nurtured, And each time another person comes back to connection with the earth, she feels gratitude and she feels fed by the light that we are capable of channeling into the earth, that opens up the portal of love that she allows back into our being.
And the air reminds us of our ability to transform not just ourselves through the breath, but to carve stone with persistence, with strength, the ability to move water, the ability to fuel fire. All of that comes from air, and all of that exists in us as well. We have the ability to make those transformations with our persistence, with our strength, with our comfort. We can nurture the fire, we can move the water, we can carve the mountain. We can do all of those things just by remembering to return to the breath, to remember to return to the present moment, and remember that nothing is permanent. Everything is moved and is movement and will change and transform. Be light like the wind, be strong like the wind, and be persistent, present, and consistent like the wind. And with that, just take a nice deep breath. And thank you very much, air.
And the water is reminding us that we are truly all one. One within ourselves, one within the collective, and one within the cosmic plan. Water is reminding us to be fluid, that we have the ability to go with the flow, that we get to release control as to how we should be, how things should be, and how things should look. We get to be present in the now and honor ourselves, each other, and connect with the true power that water gives us, which is life. Without water, we cannot live. We are being encouraged to send gratitude and honor to the water within ourselves, to the water within others, and to our water across the planet. And with that, allow yourself to connect with the water within your very being that flows through your body, your veins. Allow yourself to connect with the truth of who you are on all levels, your divine truth. Send gratitude to yourself and allow that gratitude to ripple out from your heart 365 degrees, connecting with the water across the planet, allowing that gratitude to pour into every single lake, pond, river, and ocean. Thank you.
So the fire is within you. The fire is the element of summer. The fire is your passion, your dreams, your desires, your commitment to living on purpose. It is no accident that you have chosen to be in a human body at this time on planet Earth, connecting to your own breath, connecting to the water of the earth and in you. You are the element of fire as a living being, connecting to all living beings on the planet Earth, and that living light in the cosmos called the stars, connecting to the fiery core of the earth and the fiery core of the planets, connects you to the fiery core within your own soul and your own heart. Allow these tones to go right into where you live in your body system and connect to that fiery core of you. Ala kenaki naka ekia. Noke la jenja sanaki amakia. This is information for you from the cosmic source of all, the many star systems that have been giving information from the beginning of time. Naki naki la chana I naki sa. Eyuku namaki na naki asana yeya. Eyuama yenunaka seneke yama. Allow all of the elements of earth, air, fire, and water be accessed within your very being. And inform you of who you are, of that burning question that has been continually being asked of you. Who am I? What am I here to do? What is my calling? What is my mission? Who do I want to serve? Who is calling me forth in this moment? And allow your consciousness to go right down into the center of Earth now. And allow yourself to receive the information from her through your own consciousness, going all the way down through your body system, down through your feet and into her. And as like a magnet, you can simply allow your feet to receive that information as it funnels up through her, through the trees that are living on her, connecting with the roots of the trees, the vines of the plants, the grasses, the dirt. Connect in with the oceans and the lakes and the rivers and receive that information that the waters have for you. As you drink your water, allow that energy to mix inside of you. And as you take a breath inside of your own being, allow that air to inform you of who you are, why you're here, what your mission is, and what's your next step. And as you gaze at the fire in your own home, inside of you, out on the beach as you're doing your bonfires, as you look at a candle flame, allow that fire to inform you of who you are, what you're passionate about, what you're here to do on this planet. And as you receive all of that, know that it will enter into your body system and give you information as you need it. You don't need to force it. You don't need to try and understand anything that's being said. Just allow it to go into where you live inside of you. And go ahead and take another nice deep breath. Coming back into this moment. And let yourself very slowly open your eyes and back to this space. There we go. Hello. We're back.
That was lovely. I did not want to come out of that little pocket. I just felt myself in like an elemental pocket in the cosmos, connecting with earth, air, fire, and water everywhere that it is, because it exists within us, on the earth, out through the Milky Way, throughout all of the cosmos, all of these elements. We are all of those elements. We are all one. That connection, that was fantabulous.
Wonderful.
Thank you, ladies. Oh, I liked that a lot.
So I encourage all of you who are listening to grab a notebook, grab a piece of paper, whatever you have around you, to really gather whatever information came through for you, because whenever you do these kinds of meditations and transmissions, your soul is going to dictate what comes through, what you're ready for. So really allow yourself to kind of let it filter in as it will, either right now, throughout the day, in your dream life. Your dream life may be really potent over the next 24 hours because your soul is waking up saying, okay, I'm ready, let's go. And then it's going to start informing you of what's next. So anything that you would like to say, ladies, to comment on what showed up for us, what inspiration you received, maybe a few words of, okay, I got this to say right now, or this action step that it feels like it's important to reveal or to say for yourselves. Maybe there's a step that you need to take right now. I'll just leave the floor open to you.
I would just like to offer that I feel like the universe was really speaking through you, Pam, because if you hadn't done that earth connecting piece at the end, I was feeling that the need for that to come around full circle. And what I would like to offer for the listeners is a really great portal for going into the earth's core and really connecting with the earth is the sacred mountain of Uluru in Australia. And if you aren't familiar with what it looks like, I really encourage you to go and get the imagery in your head so that you can imagine being there and then just enter the earth from that spot. It is a giant vortex, and it really enhances earth connection. When you are learning what that feels like, that's a good place to go.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. For those of you who are listening that may not know Amanda very well, Amanda does these amazing earth activations. And so if you are a person that has recently moved, or you're aware that your land feels like it wants to be activated, she's someone that can connect you with that and actually walk you through an activation and a blessing for your land. So that's what I know about Amanda. I'm still getting to know all of these lovelies that are here with me, and I'm so thrilled to do that. but that's the little bit that I do know of Amanda. And she has a website called what?
theactivatedearth.com. Any way you want to find me is the Activated Earth. That's my website. That's my email address at Gmail, theactivatedearth@gmail.com.
Wonderful.
I'm on Instagram as the Activated Earth. I'm just the Activated Earth.
Okay, great. Awesome. Well, and all of these ladies have their information on the transformation site, the Transformation Talk Radio site, under guests. And so you can find all of their contact information there. So either of you, Natasha or Jasmine, what came through for you? What do you feel wants to be said at this point? Any maybe 3 to 5 different steps that could be useful for connection to earth or air, earth, fire, or water, whichever one wants to come through.
Well, what was coming through for me a lot was that balance of the four and that uniting of the four, that we are all one, kept coming through. It's like we need one for the other. Each element, pardon me, strengthens the other, like can strengthen one or can weaken one. So it's just that energy of all four of them combined is really important, not just to connect with on an external level, but to remember that we have all four of those elements present right inside of our body. We've got our bones that are the earth. We've got, like Jasmine was saying, we're 70% water made up in here. We've got the air, and then we have the electrical currents from our brain and our heart. That's that fire within us. So we've got all four of those elements present in our physical vessel. So it's just tapping into the spiritual of all of that helps to really bring it full force in us. And that makes us that fifth element. That's how we are that ether, because we're able to just take all four of those elements and use them for the betterment of our spiritual being, while in this vessel that has the representations of all of these elements for us. This is why our vessel is so suited for our spiritual selves right now. So take care of it, take care of the earth, because we are the earth as well. We exist on the earth, in the cosmos, all together. We are all this one big, giant connectivity. And we sometimes get detached, but when you get back to the elements, it reminds you that I'm connected here, I'm connected to you, I'm connected to everything else on Earth. Earth is connected to every other celestial in our solar system and out there. So therefore, we're connected to all of that. So just open yourself up to that. We are all one. And once you accept that truth, there's nowhere else to go but to vibe in that vibration of love, acceptance, forgiveness. No matter what's going on, no matter your circumstances, the vibration will be that light, bright, expansive love vibration. So, and thank you all for this. Yeah, this is fantastic. I love it. Thank you guys so much.
Yes, thank you very much. Jasmine, what would you like to say?
So what's coming through is I would really love to share how I implement gratitude for everything into my daily practice. And one of the things I believe in is upgrading the frequency of the things that we consume, whether it's our water, whether it's our food. And I just take it a step further. So if you have your glass of water, sometimes people think that it has to be this whole big process that we need to do in order to show gratitude, in order to just send that vibration, to upgrade the frequency of the water across the planet, whether it's our food, the crops, any of those things. And so whatever you have, whether it's your food or your drink, what I do is I just take it and I just tap into it. I just connect with it. And I work with several different modalities. If you work with light healing or light language or whatever is coming through for you, or it could just be as simple as you just using your words. And just sending that feeling of gratitude to your water, to your food, and allowing that to upgrade the quality and the frequency, because our intention is so powerful. Mm-hmm. So simply by you just setting that intention, can you just feel that shift? And that shift happens within you as well. And then what I do to take it a step further, I send that to wherever it came from, the source, to upgrade that frequency and that quality of the source of if it's our food and our like produce, sending that to the crops so that the soil in that area can receive that gratitude and that nourishment and that upliftment. And it literally takes like an extra couple of minutes. And that's just something that I do, that I implement into my daily practice.
Yes, thank you. So a couple things came from what you just said is that as a massage therapist and as a healer, I learned very early on about the power of my own energy. And so all of you right now can use this energy. Go ahead and just do this with your hands. Just bring that energy forward. Okay. And as you are eating or drinking or wanting to bless someone else, do this and then put your hands out. And as you do that, the energy that you just created from your own soul, which is connected to every other thing, will affect whatever you are transmitting out. So you center yourself and use your own energy to bless and heal from your own being, other people, other worlds, other things, bringing gratitude in. It all works together as a whole, right? And the fire does this same thing. It transforms negative thoughts, negative feelings, negative programs, and it actually shifts you out of where you've been, your automatic habits, and it shifts you into another vibration so that then you can come from a place of love, gratitude, compassion, and purpose. And that's what we're all here for, is to allow ourselves to do that. So all of these lovely ladies have their information on Transformation Talk Radio on the guest page. And if you wonder how to do that, just go to the guest list. There's a guest list of everybody that's ever been on a show here, and you can look up the Empower Me show and see who's been here, and they will have their information there. And definitely allow yourself to explore. As beings who are here for a reason, as beings who have chosen to be in a body, I say that we are spiritual beings having a human experience, right? So we're a soul who decided to come into this form. You did, and I did. So allow yourself to really own that. Breathe into that. Repeat after me. I chose to be here now.
I chose to be here now.
I choose to be a spirit in form.
I choose to be a spirit in form.
I choose to serve humanity.
I choose to serve humanity.
I choose to serve the earth.
I choose to serve the earth.
And I choose to be open to what spirit has to tell me.
I choose to be open to what spirit has to tell me.
I absolutely love you. I absolutely love you. And we are going to sign off now. And if you need to get a hold of any of us, go ahead and go to our websites, and they're all listed on the Transformation Talk Radio site. And you can reach me at the Empower Me Show at gmail.com or brightbutterflyenterprises.com. And we would love to serve you. We all do individual work and really raising your frequency and allowing you to live on purpose. So thank you all so much for being here. It was a thrill. Have a glorious holiday season and know that you choose your life. So be well, and we will talk to you next time. Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Empower Me Show with Pam Bright on Transformation Talk Radio. Tune in to learn more about living a fully empowered life. Remember that your life is up to you, and you can choose the spiritual path you are on. There is spiritual energy and wisdom in everything and everyone around you. Listen carefully for what the universe is trying to tell you in every moment. You are already being guided along your journey. Call upon your spirit guides anytime you need help with anything. Know that you are safe in every moment, even if it seems that you are not. For more information about Pam Bright, visit brightbutterflyenterprises.com or email theempowermeshow@gmail.com. Thank you very much for listening. We hope to see you next week.